Ayo, what's poppin' gamers? So, I saw the latest Jurassic Park installment recently. This one's Jurassic World Dominion. And supposedly it's the last movie in this series. I mean, they're probably just gonna reboot it in another 10 years, but for now it's the final installment. And yeah, I guess I'll just say right out of the gate, I really wasn't a big fan of this movie. The first Jurassic World movie, which came out in 2015, like, yeah, it wasn't a very well written movie or anything, but I think it got the job done as far as just being like entertaining dino action. I don't know, I had a fun time watching that movie. And then Fallen Kingdom after it was a serious step down, and it just felt like a really weird direction to take the franchise, having most of it just be in this mansion with dinosaurs being auctioned off or whatever. I don't really remember most of what happens in that movie, but it was just kind of whack. And yeah, now we have Jurassic World Dominion, which, continuing from the ending of the second movie where the dinosaurs get released into the world. And, I thought going into this that this movie would actually be about the dinosaurs living, like, along the rest of the world and kind of like just explore like that concept a bit. But I think my biggest problem with this movie is that it really doesn't focus that much on the dinosaurs at all, which was really surprising to me. There's basically two main plot lines in this movie that are running together, and one of them is about locusts, I guess, and another is about the clone girl from the last movie being kidnapped. And yeah, you could basically just write out all of the dinosaurs from this movie and it wouldn't really impact the plot at all, so it just felt like a super strange direction for this movie to go in. I honestly would have just preferred if the movie was completely about just dinosaurs wreaking havoc across the world. Like, yeah, that would have been dumb, but I mean, this movie is also really dumb, so at least that movie would have been entertaining. And yeah, this movie is just super disappointing to me. Like, none of the actors seemed like they really wanted to be there. Like, they all knew this movie was bad, so they just kind of phoned it in. Oh yeah, I guess I should say that the characters from the first Jurassic Park movie are returning in this one. And I don't know, like, you get a little nostalgia from seeing them again, but they're just not really doing anything interesting in this movie, so it kind of just all falls flat eventually. But I will say that Jeff Goldblum actually had a few funny lines here and there, so which were all probably ad-libbed, but I don't know. He was the only one who felt like he was sort of trying, but yeah, like the cinematography was really nothing to write home about in this movie. There were a couple nice looking shots, but that's really it. And I also found that the editing was pretty sloppy, especially during some of the action scenes were just really weirdly edited. And also the score was sort of generic for the most part. They played like the original theme for about 3 seconds, but that's really it. But just a couple more points, I guess, which will go into a few mild spoilers. But basically, the main villain of this movie is someone who appears in the original Jurassic Park for like 1 minute. And he's basically become this like Steve Jobs type character, which is really strange. And also, there's apparently the big bad dinosaur in this movie called the Gigasaurus or whatever. That dinosaur was only in the movie for like a few minutes before the final battle, and it really didn't do anything of consequence. Like, I thought at least one of the characters might have like sacrificed themselves and got killed off, but no, this movie was just really low in stakes. But yeah, the final dinosaur battle, it just felt like it was a retread of the final battle in the first Jurassic World, but none of the emotional weight or excitement or anything. It was just really underwhelming. And like I said, the Gigasaurus just didn't really do anything before then, so it was like, what's even the point of this? And yeah, this is just a tiny nitpick, but there's so many moments in the movie where characters just hold out their hands and then that just stops the dinosaurs from attacking them. Like in the first Jurassic World movie, Chris Pratt's character, like, he's been training raptors for a while, so he's like trained the raptors to respond to that hand movement. But yeah, now it just seems like any character can just stick their hand out and then the dinosaurs will just stop attacking them, which was pretty silly to me. But Yeah, overall, this movie was just super underwhelming and disappointing, and was really poorly made and written. And yeah, like I said, I just wish they like went all out with the concept of dinosaurs being across the world. Like that would have been fun at least, but instead we just get like a completely unrelated story for the most part. So yeah, I really wasn't a fan of this one. I'd probably give it around a 2 out of 5, but yeah, that's just my opinion. If you've seen it, I'd like to hear your thoughts, and yeah, good night.